Welcome to another video in which we are going to be looking at the Star Seeker Tarot. This is an indie deck done by the Van Mystique, and it's a lady called Nikki that produced this tarot deck. I have been waiting for it for what feels like forever, as it was posted from America. It is well worth the wait though. So when I received this tarot deck, I received this beautiful card that says, "Thank you for supporting the Star Seeker Tarot. May it inspire you to dream, guide you into truth, and awaken your magic." So with love from Nikki there, look. So that was a lovely little card that I was sent. And along with the tarot deck, I was also sent this lovely sticker, which is from the star card from within the deck. So without further ado, we'll take a look at the deck itself. It comes in a beautiful box, which is like rose petal finish. There are 79 cards in this deck rather than the typical 78, as Nikki has included an extra card. Inside the deck there is a little guidebook. I'll show you through that in a minute, and there are the cards, and these are, there's the inside of the box, look. These are the most glorious cards. They have purple edging, as you can see, and we'll look at them shortly. The guidebook to the Star Seeker Tarot is 100 pages long. It is quite a simple guidebook, offering some spreads and then information upon each of the major arcana cards. It gives you keywords and some information about if the card were to be reversed. And the same for the minor arcana. There is a page for each of the cards. And then at the very end of the book, you will find there is further information upon some exercises and meditations that you can carry out, and some guidance upon reading. It is a really lovely little book, really informative and quite useful. The cards themselves have a rose petal finish. They are super smooth and have beautiful reversible backs. And we will now take a look through this beautiful deck. Okay, so the Fool. These are like collage art almost type cards, but they're beautiful. I love how she's walking along what looks like blocks of ice. Then we have the Magician. These cards are just stunning. And the High Priestess. This is one of my favourite cards. It is just really, really divine. And the Empress. And she's got a pregnant belly there. I love the flowers and the textures in this card. Then we have the Emperor with a beautiful sunlight there. And the Hierophant. I love the Hierophant's cloak. It reminds me almost of the Fool with this like path upwards. Then we have the beautiful Lovers card with the rainbow and the sun and the moon, that balance. And the Chariot with the horses, the white and the black horse. The designs are quite simple, also quite abstract, but very collage and very, very beautiful. There's the Strength card. And the Hermit. Love this beautiful card with the stars in the background. Each of the cards, as you can see, are numbered and have titling. This is one of my favourite cards, the Wheel. It's not your stereotypical Wheel of Fortune. It is a spider's web, and it's very much like the cover of the packaging here. It's beautiful. Here's Justice. And the Hanged One. Now, I always turn this card upside down so you can see just how relaxed they are at the idea of hanging around. Oh, I'm actually knocking my camera over. Here we go. So, Death. It's quite a spooky version of Death, but I do love the birds there in the background. And Temperance, that balance, isn't it lovely? And we have the Devil, quite a sinister card, but I like how these little strings are just kind of leaning on their shoulders there. You know, they're not really tied to that influence. It's just a bit of a, they have a tie, but it's their own making, really. They can undo it anytime they like. The Tower. And the Star, which was included in a sticker, which you also get sent with this deck. The Moon. How beautiful is that moon? It's very much like the moon at the moment. Full moon. The Sun. Another gorgeous card, one of my favourites. And Judgment, such an autumnal looking card, this one. Very much so. And the World. I really like how Nikki's done this card. I love the cosmos in the background. It's just beautiful. And then we have her extra card, card 22 in the Major Arcana, the Womb. Really interesting card, and there's more about that in the guidebook. Ace of Wands, quite pippish. And the Two of Wands, beautiful, beautiful design there. I love all this interwebbing in like, it's like she's sat near a fence. Then we have the Three of Wands. This reminds me a little bit of the Six of Swords, but again, slightly different. The Four of Wands, that celebration card, isn't it? Magnificent. And the Five of Wands, again, beautiful. Six of Wands. I love this card. It's so Halloween, riding a broomstick or riding a wand. And then the Seven of Wands, very similar to the Six in design there, in the colours. And the Eight. I love this card. It's almost Aboriginal. It's just beautiful, and that fire coming from a heart. And the Nine of Wands, that overwhelmment, that trudge. And the 10, that total burden. What a beautiful card. I love the stones here and the climb. It's just, this deck's just beautiful. The Page of Wands. This looks like my daughter. I always associate one of the cards in a tarot deck, usually a court card, with my daughter, and this with the red hair and the holding a wand up, very much my daughter. And then we have the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands and the King, who looks a little bit like my husband. I guess I could put each one of my family members to a court card, but then that's what we do, isn't it? Ace of Cups. I love the eye there in the cup and these beautiful birds. And then we have the Two of Cups, that union. It's lovely, isn't it? And the Three of Cups, the sisterhood. Another beautiful card. And the Four, that dissatisfaction. Yet look, the cup's right behind her the whole time. And the Five. Well, indeed. And then we have the Six of Cups, a beautiful kind of nostalgic card. And the Seven, all those decisions. And the Eight, I love that she's like walking along the rocks and she's leaving her cups behind. And the Nine, now this to me reminds me of being in a hot tub, and that is indeed my wish card. I would love a hot tub. Anyway, moving on, Ten of Cups. And the Page, how lovely is that? And then we have the Knight and the Queen. This is usually my card. And the King. And then we move on to the Swords. I love this Ace of Swords. It's so pretty, so beautiful. I like the pastel kind of colours. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Moonchild Tarot. It's just got that kind of pastel colour to it. And the Star Child Tarot as well, come to think of it. Two of Swords. And the Three of Swords. Now I love this card. I love the tears there falling down into the hands with the swords going in the hands. Just beautiful. This again is one of my favourite cards. It's a card of rest, and I like it's got the rainbow there in the background. It's not completely, you know, swords are always seen as kind of a sinister thing in a way, and I think the swords are, to me, not so at all, and I like that it's got the rainbow in the sky there. Five of Swords and the Six and the Seven. How lovely is that? And the Eight. Again, she's not trapped at all, is she? It's just beautiful. Nikki has done such a good job on this deck. And the 9 and the 10. And then we have the Page of Swords and the Knight, who looks slightly suspicious there, and the Queen and the King. I love his top. I think the textures on that are lovely. This is another beautiful, beautiful card, the Ace of Pentacles. It's the flowers that do it for me, and the Two of Pentacles. That kind of climb, that kind of balance. The Three of Pentacles, very interesting pip-like card there. And the 4, I love that she's floating. And the 5, that's a very interesting 5 of Pentacles. And then we have the 6, again, very pip-like, but beautiful. and the 7 and the 8 of Pentacles there, that working hard, and the 9 of Pentacles and the 10. Now this, with all the moons, or well, it looks like moons, but the Pentacles, it's just, to me, it's lovely. Then we have the Page of Pentacles and the Knight and the Queen. Now this is beautiful. And the King of Pentacles. So that is the Star Seeker Tarot. It is divine. It's one of my, well, I've wanted this deck since I've known about it on a Kickstarter, and sadly I missed out on the first Kickstarter, but I definitely got in with the second round. And I ordered it in like, oh, was it April, May time, and it got to October and it hadn't arrived. So I messaged Nikki, who very kindly sent a replacement, and would you believe it, I got 2 decks on the same day. So at some point I do plan to do something with this second deck, which also comes with a sticker and a card. Now I don't know whether I'll be including this in a giveaway or whether I'm going to gift it to a friend yet, but keep your eye out because I do have 2 copies of this deck, but it's definitely worth having 2 copies of because oh my, it is beautiful. If you have the Star Seeker Tarot, I'd love to know what you think of it. If you haven't got it, I'd love to know what you think of what you've seen. Any comments, drop below and I'd love to hear what you think. I hope you found this video informative. Take care. Thanks for watching.